Hey guys, what's up? It's Danielle. So welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I have another cash envelope stuffing for you. And this will mark the brand new, I guess, budget. I mean, this technically starts my 2023 budget, which is admittedly different than my 2022 budget for a couple of reasons. The first of which is that I've decreased my food. I've had to increase the amount that I spend on my pets because my cats are actually on like special vet prescribed food now. And yeah, I really am trying to pay down more debt. So that being said, let's get started. Hopefully you guys watched my last video where I kind of went through my envelopes and I actually stapled a bunch of them like into envelopes that I made myself that I'm not allowed to open until the end of 2023. And most of those, I think all of them were from my sinking funds, also from my $1 challenge. So my regular envelopes, like the ones that I keep in my wallet, are not affected by that. But I did just want to mention that because, you know. And then give me like 2 seconds because I got to take out my cards because I forgot to put in the little slips of paper that I normally have in here. So all right, so there we have it. And just to reiterate, I do have everything linked and mentioned in the description box below, but this is a Filofax Holborn that I've had for a couple of years. It's in this really nice deep brown, and I've been using it as my actual wallet for, what, maybe a month now? I think it's been a little bit less than that. I can't remember where this pocket is from, but it is from Etsy and it's handmade. And then this is just like a little seashell charm that I bought from Michael's and I thought it was cute, so I put it on there. I made these dividers myself and they are made from like large dividers that you get for normal size binders. I just cut them down to size and then I put the labels on myself. So just to kind of go through that in case you're wondering. So to start, I actually forgot to grab all my envelopes. Hang on. Okay, there we go. Now I have all my envelopes. So I'm going to go through my wallet first and I'm going to do the change. So this thing is getting super heavy. And what does that say? Oh, votes for women. I was reading one of the quarters in here. But I think I have quite a bit of change in here if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Yeah, there's a decent amount in here. I actually found like, what is it? I found, oh God, I forgot what I was going to say. Sorry, I got a text from somebody, but I found like 27 cents at work. Not much, but hey, like I said, everything, adds up. So, you know, not a bad thing. Not a bad thing by any means. Okay. So there's the change, and then let's get to all of my envelopes. So these are the envelopes that, like I've mentioned many times before, are the same as the ones that I have in my wallet. Some of them are named a little bit differently just because actually household does not belong in there. It's actually spending, but that's okay. Okay, so first things first, we have food. And food has $10. Food is also going to get $50. So 20, 40, 50, and then that makes 60. So right? Yeah. So the thing with this is that I did, yeah, sorry, I'm trying to think. The thing with this is that I did spend more on food this last week than I have in a while. And that was because, you know, it was Christmas and I was like, treat yourself. So this I'm going to put into my wallet because I'm actually going grocery shopping tomorrow. So there's that. Okay, gas is going to get 30. I just spent all of my gas money today. It doesn't really look like it, but I spent all of my gas money today. So let's see, gas is going to get 30. And then what do I have in here? I don't even remember what I have. So 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. And I would also like to mention that my car does take more than what I budget for weekly, but generally I try not to spend more than $30 in a week for gas, just because I am trying to kind of like save this up for when I go on vacation in I don't know how many months. So all right, so I'm going to put that in there. And then even though I just bought gas, I am going to put this in here just in case, because it is winter and you never know. All right, and then pets is going to get 30. So 10, 20, 30. And what do I have in here? I actually just spent like $100 on their food. Because like I said, now I have to get the veterinary whatever stuff. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 165. So technically this should only be like 65 right now. But I'm going to leave that little bit of a buffer in there just because I would easily burn through this in about a month. Again, because I am getting them new food. So let me count this again. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, and 165. So I just bought them. What is it? They have like their pine pellets for litter. I just bought them food. So this is going to be kind of like a nice cushion. All right. I did not expect to have that much in there, but I technically did spend 100. But I'm not going to count that because that money was like a gift from my grandparents for Christmas. Okay, personal is going to get 10. And I have like all these ones in here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, whoops, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71. And spending gets nothing. All right. Okay, so I think I've mentioned before that I do work night shift now. And I think given what I've seen, I need to keep that trend going. All right, so $1 challenge, because we're not doing spending. But $1 challenge from this past week. I have $4. So 4. And I'm not necessarily going to try and go out of my way to do the $5 challenge right now, but I think I'm still just going to stick with the $1 challenge because I seem to do pretty well with that. All right, I'm going to add this up for my regular categories really quickly. So 170, 65, 71. So I'm at 406 for my regular categories. Now we're going to move on to sinking funds. And I do want to mention this. So I am putting the amount up here because I got tired of having to add all this back up because I have a lot of different sinking funds. So some of them I put, like I highlighted in red. Those are the ones that I took out. If you watched my last video, I literally showed you guys like me taking them out. And then the ones in yellow are on hold. So it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not stuffing them ever again. It just means that for the time being, they are on hold until I can get some of these other ones, you know, higher, if that makes sense. And yeah, I mean, I guess I could have done that with a lot of these, but whatever. So that being said, the majority is going to be going towards month ahead, but emergency is going to get 5. And again, if you watched my last video, I did clear out all of my sinking fund envelopes. And the totals I did share in my last video as well for the end of 2022. Keep in mind, I wasn't fully doing this for all of 2022. It was kind of on and off just because I had some issues last year, this year, whatever. It's almost 2023. It'll be 2023 when you guys watch this. So needless to say, I had lots of issues in 2022. Not just from a money standpoint, but from every other standpoint as well. So I am super committed to doing this and being consistent this year. But anyways, that's why I don't have anything in these envelopes because I'm literally starting fresh for the new year. So emergency is going to get 5. Is that 5? I don't know. I was concentrating on which way the bills were facing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. I'm just going to fill the rest of these in since there's nothing else to add it to. Okay, so emergency will get 5. And then month ahead, I'm really trying to like beef that up. And I mean, I guess in some ways you could say month ahead, emergency, kind of like the same thing in a way. But month ahead is going to get 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the only reason why I said that it could be like the same thing is because, you know, if you're in a pinch, like you would have to use money from the month ahead anyways. So I don't know. That's just the way my brain works. Okay. Cash savings is going to get 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, just wanted to make sure because some of these bills stick together and some of them are crispier than others. So cash savings gets 5. And then the last one that I'm going to be stuffing is actually subscriptions. And that's not going to get, whatchamacallit. that's not going to get fully stuffed for a while, honestly. Like, it's gonna take a long time unless I start throwing more cash at it. But 1, 2, and 3. So, I know this is a more simple video because I don't have as much cash to count, but you gotta know where you're starting to know where you're going. So that is the start of savings for 2023. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I would also just like to say that if you're like me and you're in the same boat, from a fiscal standpoint, we will dig ourselves out together. So, also, something that I keep telling myself is that consistency compounds, and I find that that's 100% true, but yeah. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and I'll talk to y'all in my next video. Bye, guys, and Happy New Year.